Today I turn 21 years old. I personally have never really regarded 21 as a big birthday, but looking back, I did always believe a 21-year-old me would truly have her life figured out, which just isn't the case. So here are 21 things I've learned in 21 years. Number 1, sometimes it is better not to speak your mind. Just think things through before you say something, because you most definitely cannot take it back. You may think you're not being true to yourself by speaking what you think, but really it's just showing about how much more character you have by being able to hold it back. It's not always about the words you say, but more about the things you don't say and the way you act instead. Number 2, be spontaneous and say yes to opportunities before life passes you by. It may make you nervous, but really that is all the more reason to do it. Push yourself out of your comfort zone and you'll end up with so many more happy memories. Number 3, life is short. I know that's a cliche, but honestly, you will just regret not cherishing every minute that you can with everybody. So please do make that extra effort to spend time with people. Take photos, even if it's cringy, and things that can be used to reminisce. Number 4, never get too caught up in virtuality that you miss out on reality. Number 5, all aspects of your life do have a time frame. It's like reading a book. You'll always start a new chapter eventually. Nothing will last forever, so whatever you're going through at the minute may seem like such a huge deal, but very shortly, like maybe this time next year, it will be a distant memory. It doesn't last forever. Number 6, age is just a number. You're never too young, you're never too old. Don't put things off using age as an excuse. Today is no different from tomorrow. Number 7, life isn't fair. That is such a typical parent saying, but some people will achieve things that you desire so much easier than you. But that's their business, not yours. So what joy does comparison actually bring you? The grass may be greener on the other side of the fence, but you should always be too busy working on your own grass to notice if anybody else's is any greener. Number 8, you never know what somebody else is going through or has been through. There is never an excuse for you to take your own struggles out on somebody else. You can't use that as a reason to behave poorly. I remember when I first went into year 7 and so many people had such difficult lives, and it really amazed me how I was so oblivious to that in primary school. But again, if you are going through your own things at a certain time, it is no reason to negatively impact on somebody else's day. Kindness costs nothing. Number 9, if you're standing on a sinking ship, get on the flipping lifeboat. If something's not making you happy, why are you letting it keep you unhappy? Set yourself free, even if it's hard. 10, never falsify your feelings or change yourself for somebody else. It is your life and therefore your happiness that is key. If somebody treated you badly and claimed they could change so quickly, they can easily change back just as quickly. Number 11, there is a difference between control and compromise. Don't change for somebody else, but always be willing to compromise, and you may find you actually prefer alternative ways. 12, communication is key. Time and time again, I remained silent because I think I'll look silly for trying to communicate, whether at home or work. But that mindset itself is what's silly. Clear communication brings ease for all, so express how you feel open and honestly. Honesty is always the best policy. This applies to making simple mistakes that you just need to own up to, or if you're having a bad day mentally. Just let people know and be honest. The 13th lesson on this list is simply to learn from other people's mistakes just as much as your own. 14. Happiness is what we all strive to achieve. However, it's not actually meant to last forever. It would quickly lose value as you wouldn't appreciate it without sadness. Sadness is required. If I got all A stars, I'd be happy forever is what I thought, but that's false. I think I ended up upset later that day. And I remember looking at other people in school and thinking, oh my God, wow, they got a laptop for their birthday. They must be so happy. They'll be happy forever. How can they ever be upset again? And it's like, things change. People do get upset. Happiness really does not last forever, and it is not meant to last forever. Yes, we should do everything we can to try and make us as happy as possible, but without the sadness, we wouldn't appreciate the happiness. 15. Adults cry. For some reason, I always believed that adult lives was sorted. As a child, I was perfectly entitled to cry if my toy broke or if I stubbed my toe, but I'd never before seen an adult cry, and genuinely believed it was something we grew out of. As I myself have become more of an adult, I've realised just how wrong this is. Emotions are real. We can't avoid them. Life is just as hard as when we were 10 years old. Sometimes I feel ashamed for becoming upset over little things, and I think, I'm 21 years old. This is ridiculous. But why is it? I am an emotional person, so that is something I intend to embrace in the future. It's not something I'm ashamed of. 16. Do not stress about something you cannot change. Quite simply, what's the point? The cause of stress is quite often, in my experience, perfectionism. It may not be the subject that's not perfect we need to focus on, but instead the way we deal with the stress, which is going to make us the most happy in the long run. Because there'll always be something else just around that corner which also isn't perfect. 17. You have to love yourself before anybody else can. Take yourself on a date, enjoy your own company. If you want to do something, don't stop yourself just because nobody else will do it with you. Do it on your own. My 18th life lesson is actually that I don't know all of life's lessons. I was in a situation only a couple of weeks ago in which I didn't know which road to take, but I did know that hindsight was going to be a wonderful thing, which it was. We don't know what's around that corner, and this time next year I may have learned another 21 lessons, but every day is a school day, and it's not about what happens or changes, it's how we deal with it that matters. You may have set sail on a smooth journey, and suddenly the wind's picked up and blown you off course. You definitely can't change the direction of that wind, but you know what you can do? Adjust your sails and get back on track. 19. The future is what we should focus on. The past isn't necessarily real, as memories do become distorted over time. So always look ahead. 20. Everybody is on their own path, and there is no right or wrong. You could be married with kids at the age of 25, or you could still be travelling the world or building up your own career. You have to do what's right for you, no matter what others think. And finally, lesson number 21. This is something my best friend always said to me. When the times get tough, go make yourself a cup of tea, because a cup of tea is something small that won't make it worse. So I'm off now to go and get my cup of tea, but I truly hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.